Let's think about this. If you're a disciple, one of the things that you embrace as a disciple is this truth that you're a person who exists under authority, under the authority of Jesus, which is really kind of distasteful to millennials and my generation. We're postmoderns. You know, they say that we are anti-institutional and we have authority problems. And you probably, as you think about people in my generation, you think about kids who are in your house, they do have an authority issue, don't they? They just don't seem to mind very well. But if you are a disciple, one of the things that you must embrace is that I exist under authority. Jesus is one who gives commands. He is a master. Now, he's much more than a master. He's a friend. He's a brother. He is someone close to you in a family-type way, but he is a master. He's more than a master, but he's not less than a master. Jesus gives more than commands, but not less than commands. He gives promises, he gives encouragement, but he at least gives commands. And one of the commands that he gives, maybe the most important, the all-encompassing command, is this new command to love one another. And it says new, but it's not really new. I'm not saying Jesus is wrong. I'm just saying this commandment was in the Old Testament. If you look at Leviticus chapter 18, verse 19, Leviticus 18:19 talks about not taking up a grudge. And then at the end of that verse, it says, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. And that's all over the Old Testament, loving other people, loving fellow Jews, loving animals. I mean, it's all there. Jesus actually quotes it in Matthew 22. Matthew 22, he gives the great commandment, and then he follows it up with another commandment that is like it. We at Broadview are a great commandment, great commission, Acts 1:8 church. Well, what's the great commandment? You'll love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. That's the first and the great commandment. The second is like it. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. So what's Jesus doing? He's quoting the Old Testament, Leviticus chapter 18, verse 19. So it's really not new, I guess, in some ways, but yet Jesus is telling his disciples right here in John chapter 13, verse 34, it is new. So I want to ask the question, what's new about the new commandment? And I see just a couple things, and we'll look at them, and then we'll be done. It's new in its object, it's new in its measure, and it's new in its power. The object of our love is new. The measure with which we love is new. It's more intense. It's more sweeping, all-encompassing measure of our love, and it's motivated by a new power. So